What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lotus Also Core, the one who never knows best, and in today's video I'm actually pretty excited to talk to you guys about Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. We've been talking a lot about this game lately, and we actually got the release date as well as reveal some brand new characters a couple of weeks ago now at this point, I suppose, at the PlayStation State of Play, where we had a trailer that revealed not only the Unbreakable X-Men team featuring Wolverine, Magic, and Danger, but the release date for the game, as well as, pre-order bonus content, DLC stuff, not any of the DLC characters, but just sort of the types of content we could expect to get in that season pass. And we had a lot of information. On top of that, though, in the trailer where we were seeing all the new characters, there were some keen-eyed individuals who noticed some gameplay changes that happened since the last beta. Then we proceeded to make a video covering those changes, talking about it. Some of them I wasn't so sure. Some of them I was like, okay, yeah, they definitely made a change here, and that looks good. I'm excited. We'll have to see until we actually get a chance to play the game again to really confirm some of this stuff. However, we got official word straight from the team themselves, and let's just go ahead and take a look at this tweet. So, straight from the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls official Twitter, a message from our team. Dear Tokon Fighters, this is Takeshi Yamanaka, producer of Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Thank you for your undying support for this project. We hope you enjoyed our X-Men team reveal announcement. We were truly touched by all the comments and the excitement shared online. We are currently refining the game design based on feedback from event demos and closed beta tests 1 and 2. Some improvements are visible in the trailer, including updates to the assist mechanic, faster character switching, which is one of those things I wasn't sure if it was real or not, if it was just placebo or whatever the case may be, and adjustments to link attacks. Additional changes, such as tuning the frequency of area transitions, one of my gripes, are not shown in the trailer. We'll be showcasing the updated game build through hands-on demos at gaming events around the world, and we look forward to meeting you and hearing your feedback. Up next, the new build will be playable at the ARC World Tour Finals in Seoul, South Korea on March 20th, today's the 2nd, so a little over 2 weeks away. A total of 11 characters will be available, including the newly announced Magic, Wolverine, and Danger. Stay tuned for more announcements as we reveal additional characters and game modes. We believe that your feedback is essential to the long-term success and growth of this game, so please lend us your strength. Worth noting, they said game modes, which, as you guys know, has been one of my things where I'm saying if you want to improve the popularity of these games and increase the longevity and entice more casuals, you're probably going to need some sort of single player content. And we know that they're going to have the episode battle, I think they're calling it, which is basically the story mode, but there's going to be more beyond that. You know what I'm saying? There's probably this, because I would imagine that this isn't indicative of quick match and rank match, because those should just be a given. Granted, we've gotten some games in recent times that didn't launch with those modes, so whatever. But yeah, man, so as you guys know, I was critical of Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls and saying that while I want to love this game, I think it has boundless potential and all these great things, right? I was saying that from what I played of it, it felt kind of bare bones. It felt like it was lacking in certain amounts of depth and sauce, and it didn't feel like there was a lot of creativity. There was a lot of homogenization. They played it too safe in some areas, and so on and so forth. We're not going to go into detail of every little thing that I said, because not only did we get this official statement from Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls Twitter, but also, even more exciting, we got some gameplay. We got a little bit of a gameplay update, breaking down a lot of these changes and showcasing them. So let's go ahead and dive right into that, shall we? So as you can see here, we have Storm, Iron Man, Doom, and Magic on one team, Spider-Man, Captain America, Danger, and Wolverine on the other team. Footages of a game still in development and may not represent the final product. X-Hold in this footage will be displayed as the default tag button L2. I'm not sure where the best place to put my camera will be, because I think there's going to be text here at the bottom, or is it at the top? Actually, okay, no, it's here at the top. So I will actually move myself to the bottom real quick. Don't mind me. Bong. Anyway, let's get it. So first things first, assigned dedicated buttons for tag and assist. A very welcome change, truth be told. Because again, I think having more options, while it might seem daunting to some players and make the game more complicated, is for the best. Having dedicated buttons for these types of things, I think, is a good thing. Then moving on, you can see reduce frames and animation time for tagging, which just increase the overall pace of the matches, the gameplay speed and everything like that. I was of the opinion that certain things in the game were just too slow. I'm seeing it a lot right now. I've talked about it in Tekken, talked about it in this game. A lot of fighting games these days seem to be focused on trying to make things very cinematic and creating more of a spectacle. And Dragon Ball FighterZ did that a lot as well, with all these little mini cutscenes and with the supers and the slow downs and the zoom ins and the freeze frames and trying to create impact. And I understand what they're trying to accomplish, and maybe from a viewer aspect, that does matter, and people enjoy that and everything, but I just feel like some of these games overdo it. and at certain times, such as with tagging in this game previously, it slowed things down too much. It interrupted the flow of the gameplay. It was too slow, too many breaks, especially with having 4 characters and the amount of tagging and everything that you could potentially be doing. It's just a lot of breaks in the gameplay that kind of disrupts the flow and just slows things down, bogs it down, makes it feel a bit muddy. And I think reducing the frames and animation time make this a much smoother gameplay experience that I think I will personally find a lot more fun and enjoyable. But that's not all. There's actually a lot of stuff in here. There's a lot of stuff in here. Next up, cancel attack to trigger non-rush assists. So this is the thing we were talking about before. We pointed this out in a previous video. Rush assists, I assume, are what they're calling the homogenized generic like tackle assist that you would get before. Well, now you can cancel an attack to trigger the non-rush assist. So you can actually get the unique assist for your character. So this is the same example that we saw before. I think we saw this clip from someone on Twitter is where I pulled it from, because I couldn't find the original video. Maybe that was from this somehow. But yeah, you see that Miss Marvel comes in and does her actual unique twirling assist, as opposed to just doing like a lariat tackle generic, you know what I'm saying, kind of assist. So this is great. This is great for combos. This is great for mix-ups and pressure and everything like that. This is, I mean, already in neutral, you could call the regular assist, but before, yeah, you get the. My question is, how are they implementing this? I suppose just in terms of like inputs, like is it straight up just like a timing thing, or will there be a different input? I'm not entirely certain. I would assume it's a timing based thing since they're saying like cancel attack, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, moving on. Man, I'm really excited to play this game again. You also have reduce assist, hit stop, and consecutive assist, which again, when you have so many different characters flying in on screen, when you're able to call 3 extra characters on screen, and essentially you can have technically 8 characters on screen at once. Again, this just makes it so that smoother, faster, better experience. I want things to be more robust. I want things to be snappier than they currently were. And like I said, I'm sitting here watching this, and I'm getting excited. Like, I cannot wait to get my hands on this game again, because I feel like I'm gonna like this version of it so much more than what we played in the beta. Also, aerial assist condition changes. You can actually now call your grounded assist in the air, as evidence here. So before, I mentioned that I'm not a fan of the aerial assist in this game at all. Frankly, I think you could just completely remove it and we'd probably be better off. But at the very least, you can now do something that should be expected in every tag game ever, but you couldn't do in this game, is jump forward call assist, because you would jump forward and you would get the aerial assist. Now you can actually jump forward and get a neutral grounded assist, which is just like, again, that's one of those things that's like just to be expected. It's not even something that I felt like we would have to ask for, but in this game we did, and hey, they delivered. And again, I can't give them enough credit, by the way, because I was critical before as well, and I expressed my gripes, my concerns, and everything, my apprehensions, and the praise got to be there as well. They really did take into account a lot of the important, or at least what I deem to be important, player feedback from those betas or whatever demos and closed testing that they've been doing, because these are all great changes. Like I said, I am so excited to try this game out again, because everything they tackled a lot of things that I personally had an issue with. They tackled a lot of things that I wasn't a fan of, and things have improved in ways that like I was hopeful for, you know what I mean? So this is just one of those things where it's like, yeah, like every tag game ever, jump forward call assist is always very powerful. It's a great thing to do in neutral. It's a way of, you know, just trying to get your offense going and everything like that, and you can actually just properly do that in this game now. So that's very, very welcome. Next up, super skills no longer cause wall break. This is another thing that I'm a big fan of, because I was of the opinion, and we kind of touched on this lightly at the start, but I said it before in previous videos, that I think the wall breaks happen too often in this game. Again, disrupts the flow of gameplay, returning things to neutral. Wasn't a fan. I don't want these constant breaks in the game like that. And now you can actually do a super and then maintain the wall. Now, what I'm not certain of, let me go back and see here. Do you actually get like Oki off supers like with this wall pressure? So it looks like with Wolverine in particular, it could vary from character to character, right? Like different supers might have different amounts of like frame advantage post super, but with Wolverine in particular, it looks like Storm actually recovers here pretty quickly from what I can tell. So he might not get any real Oki or anything like that, but I do like the idea of being able to maintain that wall advantage and that wall pressure if you want, even if you're not getting a mix up here or a particularly strong Oki. And again, that could be very character dependent or team dependent. You might be able to call an assist to cover for you and, you know, get things rolling or whatever. Just having that wall pressure, I think, as a choice, as an option, again, adds to the depth, adds to the decision making as well. And while it might make things more complex in some ways, I think having the options and just having the thought process there, the decisions to be made is a good thing. Is a great addition to the game. My fault if I'm like stuttering and stumbling all my words and like I'm going a million miles an hour, because like my head is, everything is firing off, my mind is racing right now, and I'm hyped and excited because they doing everything that I was asking for. They're literally doing everything that I was asking for. So like I can't help but to be excited now. So yeah, less stage transitions, less wall breaks, in my opinion, is a good thing. However, speaking of the wall breaks, I did see this. Full knockdown state post wall break. Wall break will now be giving a hard knockdown. And I think I like this change because I didn't like constantly returning to neutral. But I don't know. I think this will definitely be better for the offense. And this is essentially just like, it's kind of like Guilty Gear Strive now, where you see Storm here does air dash in button, and then you call your assist and run your offense. So it does look like you're at the very least, I don't know if you'll be able to get like a mix up from this. And I don't know if it will vary depending, because in Strive, right, I think it's supers do wall break, and supers are what give you the better frame advantage. A regular wall break is, I don't know the frames, and it's been so long since I played GGST. I don't know how much this has changed since then. So if I'm off a little bit, or if my information is outdated, please forgive me. It has been a while since I played Strive, but you can break the wall normally, right? And that gives you like advantage or whatever. But if you break it with the super, that's when you get the hard knockdown. You'd actually get like a safe jump or a mix up or whatever. So it looks like similarly, when you break the wall now in Tokon, you will be getting a hard knockdown. Wolverine does recover relatively quickly, but he still looks like he's kind of forced to block here, and Storm is able to, kind of dash in and get like this air button, and then, start running her offense with assist if she wants maybe to go for a mix up. And yeah, I'm in favor of this. I think it'll make the offense even more robust, more fun, and I'm in favor of this. Like I said, I don't see any reason as to why I wouldn't like it, because I don't have an issue with it in Strive or really just any situation like this. But yeah, I'm here for that. Also, link attacks no longer trigger on whiff. If I'm not mistaken, link attacks are auto combos. And this, wow, hey man, crazy concept. Auto combos not coming out on whiff. Who could have thunk it? Auto combos not coming out on whiff. You see, Magic is here doing, which I assume is just her 5L, and there's just nothing following it up. Auto combos not coming out on whiff. Insane concept. Why more games don't do this? I don't really know, but I'm very happy to see that they're doing it in this game. I guess there are certain games and situations where like auto combos coming out on whiff can be to your benefit. Like for example, I always bring everything back to DBFZ, which that's probably the best game that you can compare this to, all things considered, right? There are like combos and stuff where like whiffing the auto combo, but the second or third hit connecting is like part of, you know what I'm saying? There's something there to that. But truth be told, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a thou wow. I'm not opposed to auto combos, right? I don't have an issue with them existing in the game, but they should never be the optimal way to play. They should never be overbearingly powerful. They are kind of scrubby. It's not something that you want to be overly dependent on. And just being able to kind of like mash and flail around and like, oh, this hit whiffed, and you go to like whiff punish your opponent, or thinking that you're going to be able to take your turn, and you get hit by the second or third hit. And I don't know if this game actually works like this. I don't know if this game works like this, but in Dragon Ball FighterZ, for example, if you whiff that first hit, but you get hit by the second hit, you get a medium scaled combo compared to a light scaled combo, a light scaled combo. So it's like, you know what I mean? Auto combos not coming out on whiff. I think that's a godsend. W change, very welcome. I'm here for that. Next up, reduced aerial combo limit consumption. This is something that I was not totally sold on for sure, because people pointed it out with Wolverine in the trailer that we got from the State of Play during his character reveal. And with Wolverine, it looks like he's going to be a character who he has multi-hitting specials or normals with the claws and everything like that. So I was like, is it really a difference in like the combo meter, or is it just Wolverine in particular, just because of the nature of his attacks, that his is going to be like just more hits? But no, it actually is a real change where you're going to be able to do cooler combos. So you can see here, Storm kind of getting her stuff off, gets the wall slump, tornado, and yeah, man, you can see the combo meter there in with my mouse go. You see the combo meter here off to the left. And look, man, people were trying to convince me at times that this game had sauce, but a lot of the combos just ended up looking the same to me. It was just like ABC, ABC. Like you would just see 1-2 special rush assist, 1-2 special, rush assist, 1-2 special super. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't a whole lot of creativity or like, you know, there wasn't a whole lot there to the combo system, man. It was kind of dry. It was kind of boring. It was very homogenous, which again, it felt like they were just playing it too safe. I said it before. I don't remember if I said it in a video, but it felt like they were trying to make a fighting game for people who don't like fighting games. You know what I mean? And it feels like with a lot of these changes, they're like, okay, y'all right. We were playing it too safe. Let's add in some more to the good stuff. And that's exactly what they're doing with all of these changes. And who knows how much more is going to change before we actually get our hands on the game, because the game releases in September, right? It's March. So I don't know how much is going to change in the next several months. The game's probably close to being completed at this point. And, you know, things can always change post-release with, you know, DLC and patches and whatever the case is. But yeah, my only hope, my only thing with this is that I hope that now that you're going to be able to have just more creative combos and just be able to do a lot more, because before you couldn't really do a whole lot of combo filler. I hope that the game doesn't get reduced to the more simplistic stuff being the better stuff. You know what I mean? Like I hope if you're actually able to optimize and figure out cooler combos and extensions with now not having to also use rush assist, I hope that like keeping it simple and using rush assist isn't the optimal way. I don't have a problem with the more simplistic options and like kind of like hand holding mechanics being in the game, but they shouldn't be the best route. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be the most powerful technique, or like, you know, it shouldn't be optimal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that you are rewarded for pushing things past the previous limits of the game. And just looking back at this combo Storm is doing, is pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Very nice, very nice. And is that it, or we got something else? I don't remember, because I didn't like really sit down and lock in on this. I kind of just like skimmed it or previewed it, and it looks like that is actually it. So yeah, man, great changes, absolutely great changes. Like I said before, I'm very, very excited for this. I can't, I wish that I could be there in Korea just to try this out. I'm looking forward to whoever is going to be out there getting their hands on the game and kind of giving their thoughts and their impressions, maybe getting some clips on Twitter, some videos or whatever. I have no clue. I have not been keeping up with Arc World Tour at all this time around. I don't know who's competing where, who's going to be out there, but obviously there's going to be some world-class talent when it comes to fighting game players at that event. So hopefully we can expect to see something. I don't know if there's going to be any actual like real gameplay capture allowed, probably not, but maybe we can get some over-the-shoulder, you know, old school phone camera footage or some, because I need to see what people are cooking up, and I'll be looking forward to see what everybody's thinking and feeling and what's really possible in this game now. So yeah, that's that. I could probably ramble on even more, but I'm gonna just go ahead and get up out of here. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. How you feeling about these changes? Are these good ones? Are these bad ones? Is there anything else that you feel like they need to tackle? Is there something else that they overlooked? Etc, all that good stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you can stay tuned for all this content that I'm bringing you. With all that being said, that's pretty much all I have today. Remember, there's a cap and teaspoon in the bad. Later.